Boom! Big up, everybody. Welcome back to TJ Warren TV after a 3-week hiatus. We are back for the 2026. Bro, we've been off for a while.
Yeah, it's been a while.
I was thinking about that today. I'm like, that we should probably dust the furniture off a little bit here.
Yeah.
Especially after a win, 3-2 away at Bournemouth. Arsenal are cooking right now. But first of all, I just want to say happy holidays, everybody. Welcome back. Happy New Year. Hope everybody's happy and healthy, and we're going into 2026 with a vengeance. So hope everybody's good. Smash the like, smash the sub, comment on the video, and of course, make sure that you have the notification bell hit when you do so. Dal, how you doing, bro?
Good. Back from the days of living on the bed, calling in sick for work for 2 weeks.
Jesus.
Being sick, congestion, the nose, the headaches, the fevers. Man, I had it all like a week before Christmas and pretty much during Christmas. But I think I'm back on the mend now. Still taking a Sudafed and some antihistamines once in a while. But no, I'm back, feeling a lot better. Got all my medical stuff taken care of. So the old ticker's really good. The ticker wasn't too good today when it was 3-2 though in the 77th minute. But it was it's great to be back. Great to see you again. Hope you had a great holiday and happy New Year, and happy New Year to everyone in the chat. I see AJ up in here and Janglish TV.
Yeah, we got that's our boy Kunle. That's our boy Kunle. Hey Kunle, I just modded you up, bro. I can't believe you weren't a mod before. That's absolutely
very nice. So it's great to see some familiar names in here, and happy New Year to you guys, even though we're 2 or 3 days into it, but happy New Year nonetheless. But yeah, wow, what a game today. What a game.
Yep.
I got to put it out there.
Go.
Declan Rice, the best midfielder in Europe.
No, he's the best, easily the best in the league, best in Europe.
Yeah, I mean, I was trying to think before we started the show. I mean, if you kind of look at Man City, some people would say, well, look at Bernardo Silva, right? I mean, there's not much of a comparison right now. Bernardo Silva is, I think, a few years older, maybe 2 or 3 years, not too much. But Bernardo Silva has won a lot with City, right?
He's won a lot, but I think his time has passed personally.
Yeah, he's not the Bernardo Silva that he was 3 or 4 years ago. And not that I rate Bernardo Silva, but if you kind of look at, like you said, the league, trophy count, prestige of winning the last 10 years, 7, 8 years, but you look at like Inter Milan, AC Milan, who else can I throw in there? Real Madrid, is Jude Bellingham better than Rice? Is Tsunami better than Rice? Is Arda Güler better than Rice? I don't think so. Is Pedri better than Rice at Barcelona?
We wouldn't know because he's been injured, but yeah.
Yeah, right. I'm just throwing out some names that you can kind of compare, right? Wagwan Donna, hope you're doing well, beautiful.
Wagwan Donna.
So when it comes down to the rubber hitting the road, Declan Rice is another level above a lot of these players. And he proved it against Madrid, right? You can't say he did it. He's proved it against City. He's proved it against Liverpool. He's proved it today. He's,
we're going to talk about this. We'll talk about this.
Yeah, we got to talk about this because it not only was the goals today, but the running back, the commanding of the midfield, the direction to show other players where to fill gaps. Big up Ozzy in the building.
Big up Ozzy, my guy.
Where to be at the right time. Those 2 goals don't happen with Odegaard. They didn't happen with Moreno. They didn't happen with Zubamendi. At the right place at the right time. I got to say, bro, number 41 is the best midfielder in Europe. And I'm going to say all of Europe. I'm going to conclude La Liga, Syria, Portuguese league. I mean, name me a player that's better. And AJ, you could say he's clear. Is he clear? But is he really clear if you put the numbers out there, AJ? I know Pedri may have that tiki-taka, but really though, AJ, I mean, I get what you're saying. I mean, I'm putting Pedri up there too. He's in my top 10. But just those sheer performances alone, right? Just the sheer performances, the movement, the goal scoring, the intuition, the defensive side of it.
The consistency. We're going to talk a lot about consistency today, too.
Yeah, the consistency. I mean, I rate Pedri too, but it's just, is he a Declan Rice level? I just don't think so, AJ. But again, Pedri is a very, very good player. But he's better than Frankie de Jong, right? He's better than that kid Gavi they had, who I don't think is there anymore, if I'm not mistaken.
No,
keep throwing out some names, AJ, because I would really like to know what players, even you guys in the chat, find me some players. Vitinha clear. That's maybe.
That's not. No,
maybe,
I disagree. I disagree.
I mean, no, I understand. And Razi's saying top 5. Okay, I'll settle with top 5, AJ. Vitinha is very, very good. But clear? That's debatable,
Clear's overstating the fact.
That's debatable. And I love you, AJ. You know that for sure, because we always need a British guy in the building. But, the thing is that it's just Valverde. Is he though, AJ? AJ's throwing out some names, which
AJ, you're throwing out names of guys that have been injured half the season. Like we're talking about
cumulative, though. Cumulative, I can see Valverde, Vitinha, like I said, Bernardo Silva.
Yeah,
at this point in time, Rice is the man for me.
I can see that sort of, but just in terms of consistency, the impact to the team, the contributions on the defensive and offensive side of the pitch, man. Like I don't think that there's anybody that comes even close to Declan Rice.
He's saying fourth best midfielder. Sorry to interrupt, but AJ's saying fourth best midfielder. Okay, that's you're completely
entitled to your opinion.
Thank you. Entitled's the word I'm looking for. Entitled to your opinion, yes. But in the top 5, yes, I guarantee. Rodri, you can throw in there. Hugo, yeah, okay, fair enough. I'll lower my standards, TJ, a bit. Top 5.
I completely agree that he's the best.
Yeah, in this moment in time, I've got to say he's number 1. I'm sorry, he's got to be number 1 right now. And I don't watch enough of La Liga. Real Madrid is my La Liga team, of course, and I love Valverde, but is he as consistent? I don't think so at this moment in time.
It's not as consistent, and he has a bunch of injuries. Like the best ability is availability, as they say. To coin a phrase that everybody coins, right? Like you guys are naming midfielders in the chat, and big up the chat, by the way. We've been gone for 3 weeks, and this chat is electric. Let's go. No, I just think that you guys are bringing up some people that have been consistently inconsistent through injury. Like Declan Rice, he picks up a knock, he misses a game or two here or there, but other than that, he missed what, 1 game this season, and
we still won,
and we still won. Like again, my whole thing is just consistency, and you do not see this type of consistency. I think we can agree in the Premier League there is nobody better. I think if you guys are going to pitch Moises Caicedo at me, I'm sorry. Go ahead and argue with the wall. That shin kicker has shown his true colors this season, and he's not that. I mean, he's good, but he's not Declan Rice good. I'm not going to lie. Just in terms of Declan Rice's ability to break lines, crash the box, put a good shot in. His ball winning ability. I mean, he played right back, for Christ's sake. He played right back 2 games ago and was good at that too. And
Rodgers.
I mean,
there's names you can throw out there.
Yeah, sure. Turkey's coming into his own, but Turkey hasn't been great all season long. Like I hear what you're saying about Turkey. Yeah,
I'm talking like Turkey to me is obviously number 10 on the shirt. He's a central attacking midfielder. Morgan Rogers is a very good shout, Donna. But for an overall center mid, your quintessential center midfielder that can defend and attack box to box, Rice to me is number 1. And those are good names. Morgan Rogers is up there too. That's a name I forgot. Morgan Rogers with some worldly goals this season, but he's still more of the attacking ilk. And I know Rice has played more in advanced attacking position as well. But can Morgan Rogers go into a 6?
Not really.
No,
you don't expect Morgan Rogers to go into a 6.
Hell no, right? Yeah. And we still have a lot to see from Cherokee, but I don't know what he won at Lyon. I don't recall, did they win a domestic cup under Cherokee? Did they win the league under Cherokee? I don't think so. And Morgan Rogers is kind of that up and coming name. I think Morgan Rogers is maybe a year or 2 younger than Rice, if I'm not mistaken.
Right.
But Morgan Rogers, is a shout, right? I would go so far as to say, when Odegaard's done, Morgan Rogers is the man we can bring in, right? If we have the 65.
Dude, Morgan Rogers was twerking for us on social media too, by the way. Oh yeah, I know they're the best team in the league. It's just like yes, absolutely. Reinders is good. You're Donna, you're just throwing names out there now. Reinders has not been as good as Declan Rice this season. Let's just be real about it. And I completely agree with what Dow said at the beginning here. In terms of just overall consistency and what he gives to the team, both on the offensive and defensive sides of the pitch, I don't even think it's close in the Premier League right now. I really don't. And all you got to do is look at the record and look at how consistent he has been. I don't remember one Declan Rice stinker this season. Not one. Not one. And you can go in there.
Last season you can go. Yeah, last season maybe. We're not talking last season. Last season's in the history books already.
Yeah, see, now you're just he's just naming people.
When has Tielemans done the double?
Okay, chat. Go ahead and name every midfielder in the Premier League while you can't like.
Yeah, and I know Tielemans is a top player too. But remember, we left him sitting in the hotel room with his wife holding a pen and his dick in his hand. So, that's a player we could have gotten and decided not to, because I think we went for Rice instead. And I don't want to hear Adam Wharton. I'm sorry, AJ. Decent, but I mean, Eze's better than Adam Wharton, right? Yeah. And Eze can't get a game. Eze hasn't had any minutes, I think, in 4 games now, which is very confusing. I mean, maybe we can talk to that later in the show. Yeah. But I get what you guys are saying, and I understand there's names out there, and the one that comes out to me first was Vitinha, top player, right? Of course, Pedri, we all know. But I think at this moment in time, any of those teams, PSG, Barcelona, Madrid, AC Milan, I think I rate Sotomakers for AC Milan. Yeah. You can even throw some of the cats in from Inter. Any of those teams would be, scratching at the bit to get Declan Rice in their squad at this moment in time.
I agree.
Right. That's where I believe the level he's at right now.
No, I completely agree. And look, like let's talk about the game a little bit. Just in terms of consistency and just like let's just keep it a buck. Declan Rice is the man of the match. Period. End of story. The fact that this guy can bury it when called upon is better than all of our strikers, to be honest. Like, his finishing has been fan-fucking-tastic.
Right.
And today is just another example of it. Let's start from the beginning. Gabriel showing old Bozo Gene. I couldn't believe what I was watching. And look, I think that this is just him not starting matches. I think he started a little off the pace. He looked a little shaky at the beginning. Obviously made a boneheaded pass right to Evan Nilsson. Right. Evan Nilsson buries an easy one. Raya way out. I mean, I don't blame David Raya for that. Raya was caught off his line because he wasn't expecting a hospital pass like that. Like, right. Go ahead.
I think he was thinking Raya was further up in the left corner of the box, because you look at Gabriel, it looks like he was practically left back, played that long. But I think because Saliba was there in the middle, I think he thought David Raya was between him and Saliba, right? But David Raya was way back, and that was a really loose ball. It was a bad ball, but I think he thought Raya was moved up more, is what it looked like to me on the replay.
Right.
So without that goal, it's 3-1.
No, exactly. And I was I pissed off when we conceded? Yeah, but like when did they score that goal? Like 10 minutes in. It was 10 minutes in. Evan Nilsson gets that goal, right? Like, there's plenty of time. I wasn't concerned. I don't think if any Arsenal fans were concerned, like I don't think you should have been. Because we were on them. They had we had fluid moments of the game where we let them have the ball a lot, but I honestly wasn't too concerned. And then Gabriel comes back and puts us back even. I was really, really impressed with his finishing. The way that he fixed the game. Yeah, incredible finish. The way that we pressed forward after that. Like, this is something that I keep talking about pretty consistently, at least before I went on break here. The ability of this club to win matches that we lost last season. Like, I think if this happens last season, we capitulate. We made boneheaded plays. We got a lot of talk this week has been around how we played Bournemouth last season. I don't even think we got a point off of them, because
I think they beat us and we drew them. Well, I think we drew them. I think they beat us.
Oh yeah, 1 point. Yeah, we lost away because of the Saliba red card, and then 1 point at home. I just see us losing these matches last season, like the Bournemouths, the Evertons, which was a tough game, obviously, and then Newcastle. We talked about Newcastle and how that was a gutsy win, right? And you can him and Haw about where Newcastle are in the table or where Bournemouth are in the table. That doesn't matter. These are teams that normally play us very, very hard, and this is a consistent pattern that we've seen under Mikel Arteta that we are now seeing him get over. Like a lot of people are asking me, TJ, are you Arteta in or are you Arteta out? I'm Arteta, go and win me something. Like we are very like I want to put it out there now. I'm going to be honest. I would be an asshole if I was out here saying after the win against Aston Villa, after the win against Newcastle, after the win against our big rivals in
Tottenham,
Tottenham, freaking, we're United, we're gonna beat the shit out of Liverpool this week. I have no worries about that. I'm just of the opinion that we are in the best. I'm stuttering right now. We are the best in the best position that we have ever been to win, and that is despite the injuries, right? So what you saw today was this team finally coming to the maturity that where we're saying, okay, we see some adversity. We've been here before. Let's climb out of it. I mean, let's talk about I don't want to talk about Victor Gyökeres yet, but I mean, let's talk about Martin Odegaard. Martin Odegaard, since he's come back, has been playing fantastic. I think in the last 3 games in a row, he's been the Martin Odegaard that we expect him to be. He gets trashed on this channel all the fucking time. But I can't say a lot of channels. He can't say one bad word about him today. I thought he was fantastic, calm on the ball, controlling the pace of play. Some would argue, and some have argued that that's just how he's always been. He's not getting the ball, or people are not getting in the right positions. He's trying to deliver to Victor Gyökeres, who is Victor Gyökeres. But I just think what we've seen from him, what we saw from him against Aston Villa, it's the Martin Odegaard that we've expected, and the captain that plays by example. What do you think?
Right. No, I agree. I think since his injury, he's come on quite a bit. There has been some games where he's stuttered, where we've talked about this 100 times. You give him 5 yards, he'll make those passes, right? But when he gets pressed and gets that physical pressure, he kind of falls into the Odegaard again, right? But that just hasn't happened since his latest injury. Maybe a slip up here too. I don't think who do we play? The games come so thick and fast, I forget. He comes back in some games. I thought like his first game back wasn't that good, but the second half against Villa, I thought he was exceptional. I thought he was fantastic. I thought he was very, very good today. I think, of course, Rice stole the spotlight a bit, and so did Timber. I thought Timber was fantastic today as well, as usual. But I think that Martin Odegaard, whatever Arteta gave him to drink or told him in this halftime at the Villa game, really set the tone. It's like you need to be ruthless, right? You need to have that mentality to go forward, find the pass, which that went to Zubimendi for the second goal was phenomenal. But the question really comes, and we'll talk about Gyökeres, why isn't that happening for Gyökeres? Why isn't those little square passes, inside of the foot, straight, even ball, plenty of weight behind it, plenty of pace behind it, easy for Zubimendi to pop it in, near post. Mm-hmm. Why isn't that kind of combination play happening with Gyökeres, right? Maybe we'll see that later, but we'll talk about that in a bit. But right now, I think Odegaard has kind of earned his place, and that's a lot of the reason why we see our man Eze sitting on the bench. But there's no reason why he couldn't bring off Odegaard in the 75th, 80th minute today to replace him with Eze instead, right? Who's he bring in?
I think Eze's in the doghouse, to be honest with you.
He brings in Moreno, right? Just to kind of shore things up a bit, which I kind of questioned because I thought at 3-2, you kind of can put Eze in there and see what kind of impact he'll have, how he can work with Saka on that right side and see what happens. But Eze's a whole different conversation too. I don't know if we'll have time to dive into that day along with the Gyökeres talk, but we can. But other than that, I think you're right that Odegaard has found something that's gotten him a little more ruthless. And of course, he scored a great goal. Was it the game before?
It was Brighton.
The Brighton goal was fantastic.
Brighton goal was fantastic. That's why I'm saying the last 3 games he's been solid.
Yeah, for sure. The Brighton game he was good as well. But I just think that there's always another shoe to fall, right, with Odegaard. Like that game is coming where he's going to have a stinker, and it could be against Liverpool, right? It could be Gravenberch overruns the midfield. Maybe McAllister makes some things happen. I'm not too worried about Liverpool, but I think this will be another, gauge to see where we're at right now in the new year and in the winter part of the season still, right? It's still going to be a very difficult challenge. Hey, shout out Flawless. Happy birthday, bro.
Big up Flawless. Happy birthday, my guy. Happy birthday, G. Big up. Everybody go and subscribe to Sarcasm City TV, everybody. Flawless has been a legend and a huge advocate for me on this platform for the last 3 years. So big up Flawless every single time. Flawless, you better be drinking, you better be partying, you better be doing something tonight, bro. Instead of you're just sat on YouTube watching, bro. Go party. What time is it? It's 8:30 over there. Go get some drinks. But yeah, happy birthday, Flawless in the chat. Put happy birthday, Flawless in the chat, everybody.
Fantastic.
But yeah. What were we talking about? No,
we're talking about Odegaard just kind of finding form a bit.
So form.
Go ahead and run with it, TJ. I just think that there will be that other shoe to drop, right? And we'll see what happens Thursday against Liverpool. We'll see if Odegaard could be the Odegaard that he was against Brighton, Villa, and Bournemouth today.
I just think that Liverpool midfield is there to be gotten at, man. They're like McAllister, Szoboszlai, all those guys. They've just been having a really rough season. They're there to be gotten.
Their game up a bit, and granted, it's at home. Thank God for that. But they're going to have to deal with Rice. We'll be there. So I think Rice will be again the catalyst of keeping our midfield kind of solid against Liverpool. Hopefully, Odegaard can find those passes, find those channels. But again, I'm not 100% sure. That's the thing, right? I'm just not completely sold on this guy. Never have. I don't know if I ever will be, especially when I see players like Morgan Rogers out there. Right.
Morgan Rogers wants to come to the carpet, everybody. That's what I got.
Him and Semenyo. and I think I don't know if we'll dive into today, but it looks like Fenerbahce is linked to Martinelli, and that I think that move is going to happen. If not this month, then it definitely will be this summer. I think we're seeing the last of Martinelli, which he was a fucking ghost today. I'm sorry, but if it's not happened for you against Bournemouth, bro.
Yeah.
I was pretty close yesterday, and I picked Martinelli and Madueke to start. I figured both Trossard and Saka would get a break today, so I actually called one right.
Yeah, you got that one. You got that one right. And with the Liverpool match coming up, the rotation made sense. There was a lot of folks that I was seeing online, and in some group chats, like upset about the starting 11, about how Trossard and Eze were, Trossard, Eze, Saka weren't involved. It's like, well, it really does make sense when you look at the fixtures and how they've been coming thick and fast over the festive period here. And look, like I saw that starting 11 was like, yeah, big up Don for Station TV as well, my guy. Big up Don C. No, I looked at that starting 11 and I'm like, that's more than enough to beat these guys. That's more than enough.
Right.
We've shown as long as these guys play consistently. But yeah, I agree with you about Gabby Martinelli. I love him to death, man. Thank you for 22-23. Yeah. On the back of the pink thirds from a couple of years ago. Like he was one of my favorite players a few years ago. He's shown that he hasn't been the levels. I mean, we have players that can play over on the left. We have Eze, we have Trossard, who has again proven me wrong, man. Like, remember a couple of months ago, I was saying that Leo Trossard had a bar. This guy has raised it. He has raised it this season. It's been fantastic. And based off of what the manager was saying, and based off of what the manager was saying in his press conference yesterday, he was saying that, like, the Trossard seemed like he was really unhappy a year ago. And now it just seems like he's really bedded in with the squad. Him and Mikel seem to be in sync with each other. And he's just been absolutely bagging goals, bro. Like, he's fantastic. So, like, Martinelli, man, like, I want to see him as an impact sub. I don't want to see him go in January. But if he does go to Fenerbahce or he does go to another club, best of luck. Thank you for your service. I just don't think he's...
No, and the whole thing is that he's a striker playing at left wing. And I've begged this manager to play him as striker. And he has a couple times, I think, last season or maybe the season before. But at this point, that's not ever going to happen. And I just, it's a tough one with Martinelli, right? Because he's been fantastic in the Champions League. Mm-hmm. Was it 5 out of 5? Scored 5 goals in 5 Champions League matches. I think that's an Arsenal record, I believe. So there is that. I mean, but yeah, I just think that if we can get 50, 60 mil for him, that opens a lot of doors for us. And I see what you're saying, AJ. Semenyo to City. I think that's about 95% sure he's probably going to go to City, but there is that 5% lingering out there, right? I saw Kepa hugging him today after the match. Kepa gave Semenyo a big hug. Was Kepa at Bournemouth though, wasn't he?
Kepa was at Bournemouth, yeah.
Thank you. That's probably why. So maybe my superstition is just because they've played together before. But no, if Semenyo would be great, and I think he'd be a great replacement for Martinelli, to be honest. I don't know if Eze's effective on the left as he should be, because at Crystal Palace, he was on the left-hand side at times. He had the clear, he had clear carte blanche to do whatever he wanted to do in midfield, but not under this manager at Arsenal. Right?
No,
there's something going on where he's just, it may be something in training. It could be when Tony Claude and I did the show yesterday, Tony put it down to the mistake against Villa for the Matty Cash goal, that he's punishing Eze for that Matty Cash goal. And in my opinion, that should have been Calafiori guarding him. Calafiori was stuck in the middle, but then I think, well, maybe Calafiori was center back that day because Gabriel was out. I don't quite remember. Anyway, Eze should have marked Matty Cash. Matty Cash got that goal. And I think since then, to be honest, look at Eze's minutes.
Yeah.
I think there's some punishment going on.
Well, he happens to do that too. I mean, look at, if we're gonna go down that road, you got to look at like what was Nwaneri kidnapped? That's what I want to know. Ethan Nwaneri, where is he? Put him on a fucking milk carton, and if you're not gonna play these guys, yeah, if you're not gonna play these guys, send them out on loan. Like let's stop. Let's stop this. Look, and I understand the squad depth stuff, but when you have talents like Ethan Nwaneri collecting dust in the reserves, there's a huge problem there. And you could say, and who posted? I think it was AJ who posted the injury crisis, or how many injuries we've had over the last 2 years. It was like in the 100 different types of injuries or time lost to injuries. Like, look, at the end of the day, a lot of teams are going through injuries, especially at this time. Like, this is not exclusive to Arsenal, so let's not pretend that it is. I do agree that, like, in Arsenal, it happens in numbers and to critical players. I agree, but it's not something that's just exclusive to Arsenal, especially at this point in the league when the games are coming thick and fast. Right. I mean, we're playing 2 league games a week right now. And during the festive period, it's cold, like shit is going to happen. I'm not going to lie to you. So I don't necessarily think, well, I'm getting off topic. At the end of the day, if you're not going to play these players, especially the young players, you need to send them out on loan. I think Nwaneri is one for the future. I have his kit. I have Miles Lewis Skelly's kit. If injuries are going to happen and you're not going to play them, send them out on loan. Right. Yeah. So anyway, but that brings me to the manager a little bit, and I want to talk to you about this just as a little bit of a segue. Where are you at with Arteta right now?
Good question. There's still better out there.
Yeah.
I think the subs he made today were great. He replaced the whole front line, which I think was time because it was around the 65th, 60th minute. 66th minute or so, and he didn't do that in the 80th minute. So I thought,
and the front line really wasn't doing anything, to be honest.
And I thought Martinelli was not doing much. Victor Gyökeres had, a horrible game.
Another bad one.
And Madueke, I think, always had a comment earlier. Madueke could learn to score like Saka, and Saka could learn to dribble like Madueke. I think that's the comment of the stream today, which is 1,000% true. I thought Madueke was going to score.
I couldn't agree more.
Movement. Right, Saka could learn from that, and I think but I think Madueke surprised us all. Let's be honest, he's really kind of surprised us. We were like, oh my God, what's this Chelsea waste man doing here, right? But the goal against Bayern Munich was phenomenal, and then he scored the 2 goals against who was it, Bruges or somebody we played?
Yeah, Bruges. That absolute zinger against Bruges, bro. Yeah, oh my God. Right.
And I think if you give Madueke those opportunities, he can do that in the Prem. He could have maybe done that today, but again,
he had a chance that he skied over. Then he had a cutting chance that he skied over, which I was just kind of like, you can put that away. But the fact that he's cutting in and he's taking on his man like that, I'm a big people were telling me to be skeptical about Nani Madueke. I thought he's been fantastic for us. I think he's been great.
Wrong. Right, I don't think he's done anything that's so like, oh my God, what are you doing, you dunce, right?
Yeah,
I've never said that. I've said, okay, let's be productive, right? But the movement inside the box is not as predictable as Saka's is. See what I'm saying? Saka, he's going to go on the edge of the 18-yard box. He's going to cut in with his left foot to go far post. But when Madueke does that, he all of a sudden turns right, right? He plays that ball at the outside of his right foot, and now the defender's caught off balance because he's expecting that cut in with the left foot, like all these defenders have seen Saka do for the last 5 years, And when they don't do that, he had the left back and the left-sided center back for Bournemouth on their toes today for the few minutes that he was able to cut in and out of the box. So I agree with what our man always says. They can learn off each other, but I think what Arteta did today, going back to him, was brilliant. I think what he was trying to do with Martinelli is use his pace to wear out the right back, use Madueke to wear out, and get the left back for Bournemouth tired today. So then you can bring on Saka to do something
out there.
Yeah, completely. And you could bring on Trossard, who now their right back is completely gassed in the 65th minute, and Trossard can do Trossard things to get their right back on his heels, right? Which didn't really happen today. They doubled up on Trossard quite a bit, and he just wasn't able to really do his thing today. But, those games are going to happen, right, for any player, right? There's going to be times we play, like even Liverpool. If Liverpool's midfield's on it, Rice is going to have difficulty. Odegaard's going to have difficulty. Zubamendi's surely going to have difficulty. So I think that Arteta right now isn't doing anything really wrong, right? That's the thing. It's like once he does something fucked up, we're gonna jump on it, right? But right now he's coasting, right? He's coasting, which is okay because we're winning, and winning fixes everything, no matter what the injuries are, no matter the style of play hasn't always been the best, no matter what we say about Gyökeres, no matter what we say about Zubamendi or Moreno, we're still giving 3 points on the board. We're still top of the Champions League. We're still top of the Prem, right? Sunderland did us a massive favor yesterday. What a game that was, too. I watched that from beginning to end. Shout out Sunderland. What a game that was a couple days ago. But
I'm glad that they're back. I'm glad they're going to stay up. Shout out
me too.
Jack,
well deserved. A great manager as well. But no, I think Arteta deserves praise a bit more now because he's starting to figure things out. But he's also got a bench depth. I mean, we were able to bring on Trossard, Jesus, and Saka. Who did Bournemouth bring on? Iwobi Jr., who scored a fantastic goal, but just these no names. Who did Aston Villa bring on?
Yeah,
nobody.
I couldn't name one. I couldn't name one.
Them, and they did nothing, right? So I think Arteta does deserve his stripes right now. Thank you, Don C. Much appreciated. But again, it's kind of like with Odegaard. We're waiting for that other shoe to fall, right? Yeah. We're waiting for those mistakes. But I think that we have such a good bench right now and so many options that are really keyed in. And these players want to win, TJ. In the chat, I think the group of players we have now want to win. There isn't that doubt like you talked about earlier in the show where we're, it's 2-1 and we still look a little shaky. It's 3-1. We still look a little shaky. And you're right. I'm sorry, but we draw that game today last season.
Yeah.
If not lose 1-0.
Yeah.
Right. And so I think Arteta has worked it out, but look at the types of players we have off the bench now. No more Rob Holding, no more ESR, no more Reece Nelson, no more Fabio fucking Vieira, no more Socrates. Right. I mean, it's just,
Mavropanos.
Right? It's like we did an absolute clear out, and I still think this is one of the best transfer windows we had last summer that we've had in 10 years. And say what you want about Zubamendi, Gyökeres, etc., but it was still upgrade. I don't know so much a Zubamendi upgrade on Partey. That's debatable. But Zubamendi will have bad games, just like Odegaard will have bad games, just like Saka will have bad games.
Partey had bad games.
Partey had bad games, right? But what we're seeing now is Arteta using a squad that wants to win and making the subs at the right time, not waiting to the 80th, 85th minute, and making decisions that have been winning decisions.
Yep.
Winning decisions, right? Not games we've come back to draw, not games we're battling back except for the Newcastle game with the 2-1 at the end. Big up Gabriel for that earlier in the season, right? But we are actually trying to put teams away in the second half. Not so much in the first. I mean, there's some work there to be done still. I think we can improve in the first half performances and not wait till second half. But around that 55 to 65th minute mark, we are looking very, very good. And I think it kind of clicks on in that hour mark, and we're able to press teams, get those goals, and come out with 3 points. So I think Arteta right now just needs to keep doing what he's doing, we all know there's better out there. I know AJ listed some Luis Enrique, Xavi's available. We could, at this point in time, we can pluck pretty much any manager I think we want. Zinedine Zidane, give me a call, bruv. Right? But the thing is that Arteta's not doing anything that's so wrong right now to really be warranted for him to get sacked. And he's not going to get sacked because there's a better name out there. There will always be a better name out there.
I don't think he's going to get sacked playing like this, and I think if he continues to play like this, we're going to win trophies. And these are the moments that where we criticize him, chat. Like if you've been following this channel for the last 2-3 years that we've been going, we've been on Arteta's neck the entire time. But
Absolutely.
and what have we talked about? We've talked about making key mistakes during key moments. He has not done that once this season. You can argue obviously about, oh well, the Man City lineup was bad. Oh well, the Liverpool lineup was bad. Oh well, he didn't keep the players together for Sunderland, or he should have gotten all 3 points against Chelsea. Like if you want to nitpick there, that's fine. But I'm not going to do that when I've only lost 2 matches all season.
No one's mistake free.
Like I'm not going to do that. Like I'm going to go out there and be like, oh yeah, screw your fucking head on a little bit tighter. Like I think I really can't. Outside of those 2 games that I just mentioned, I can't fault him because he's delivered the results. We are undefeated in every cup competition, every single one. And I'm gonna go ahead and tell you. And AJ, go ahead and tell me why you disagree. And if you guys are gonna tell me, oh well, it's because he hasn't won anything yet, guys, it's January.
Well, right. If you guys want to talk the treatment of players like Eze in one area, you can kind of mix that in a bit.
I can mix that in. I can mix that in a little bit, but like. If you're going to talk about that, then you got to say, okay, where does he put Wanyeri? And I'm not making excuses. I think that his treatment of Wanyeri has been absolutely ridiculous. I think that the fact that he's not even getting a sniff over Nani Madueke. He's not getting a sniff over Christian Norgard is on the fucking bench. Like the fact that he's not getting these sniff. Like if you don't rate him over Eze, or you don't rate him over Madueke, or you don't rate him over Moreno or fucking who am I missing? Christian Norgard, send him out on loan. Like stop isolating the kid. Like I completely agree with that. But like as much as I want to disagree with the fact that he is not, and people are going to be like, TJ, you're a fucking fence center. But I have to be as objective as I can. Otherwise, I wouldn't be me here. Like I'm not just going to be here and just be like Arteta out and like drool. Like the guy has been making very, very good decisions that have amalgamated in wins. Guys, we are 4 points clear, 7 points clear right now until City win tomorrow over Chelsea. Like we're gonna be 4 points clear. No, I think they're gonna smash Chelsea. I think they're gonna smash them.
But I see what AJ's saying, right? I see what you're saying, AJ. I was disappointed in the Sunderland game because we went into defensive mode. Right. Yeah. And that is the one thing I will hang around Arteta's neck is that you have to continually go for the kill. I
agree that I did not necessarily agree with the Marino sub. I didn't agree with it.
I said he's not flawless, right? Shout out flawless. Happy birthday. But he's gonna make mistakes. All managers do, right? We've seen, Wenger's made mistakes. Right? Chelsea will win tomorrow.
Chelsea are not winning tomorrow. Chelsea are not winning
all Chelsea tomorrow. My point, I think if I correct me, AJ, if I'm wrong, but what he's saying is that the Sunderland, I can identify with that because we went 2-1 up in defensive mode for no real reason. We gave them the ball for almost 20 minutes for no real reason. Right? And that I will stick on Arteta. Right? But at the end of the day, Gabriel should have gotten that ball. At the end of the day, Raya should have gone out there and said, keeper, and caught the ball and not give Brian Broby a chance to do a fucking bicycle kick to make it 2-2. Right?
Yep.
So those aren't Arteta's problem.
I'm really glad you're saying that, Cal.
Right?
Cal, that's cooking today.
Raya clear the box and catch it, right? But to me, Gabriel puts his head down, pulls Brian Broby's shirt. It might have even been a pen. And there's probably a couple other games you can say Everton, we were a bit more defensive. But there comes a time where you've got to be a bit pragmatic as well and be like, okay, Sunderland away is tough. They haven't lost there once, TJ, since they've been promoted. They haven't lost there once, right? So that was a tougher game to me than today at Bournemouth, right? In reality, is Sunderland better than Bournemouth? Yes, they're twice as high on the table. They're like 7th. Bournemouth's like 15th or 16th now. Like Bournemouth has not been that good. They had a great run the first 3 weeks of the season.
They were good at the beginning of the season,
right? But then it's all falling apart, just like the wheels have come off the cart, man. I just, we can. 3 points locked up too early. Yeah, we locked up too early. That I do agree with, and we haven't killed teams off. So I think you're right, AJ. For those 2 main points, there's room for improvement, and there probably is lessons that he should have learned over by now with the last few seasons. That, sir, I agree with. But I think there's other managers that make those mistakes as well. And so I think kind of look at it all, it's just like Arteta just needs to keep cruising. I mean, I think there's a part of you, AJ, that would agree that we need to keep doing what we're doing because what we're doing isn't really all that wrong.
No,
it's still putting 3 points on the board. Yeah, we fouled up against Sunderland. Yeah, we fouled up against City. But City was early in the season. That was like our 3rd game of the season, if I remember.
It was Liverpool was 3rd, Man City was 5th.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
And at the time, and at the time, Liverpool were cooking. At the time, Man City were struggling, but we could go back and do an autopsy on those games as long as we want. But if you look at our run of form, guys, we have not lost in the league since the Aston Villa match, and we haven't even looked close to losing.
That was 5-6 games ago.
Yeah, come on. And look, I'm going to be critical. I'm really critical of Mikel Arteta. I really am. And I'm hesitant to say I'm Arteta in, I'm Arteta out, I'm Arteta win me something now. But you also have to look at some of the players and their performances too. It does take the players to go out there and put in a performance. Are you going to blame Arteta for what Gabriel did today? No. Okay, cool. Let's keep
the Sunderland goal.
The Sunderland goal. Players fuck up? Are you gonna blame them? Yeah, are you gonna blame them for when we conceded against Bayern, our first goal conceded in the Champions League? Are we gonna blame him because Calafiori or Mascara didn't lock their man down? Come on, guys. There's only look. I can point out when he sets up incorrectly and the players are pissed off, but the players are bedded into their positions and they look comfortable. The players need to hold some of this too. I'm not going to lie to you. But so far, our players have been consistent enough. We've shown our depth is good enough to get us to where we are, which is 7 points clear until Man City beat Chelsea tomorrow. We are all Chelsea tomorrow. I get it, but we're not beating they're not beating Man City. They're not. That's a whole nother show all on its own with the fact that they let Maresca go. I can't fucking believe that. But anyway.
I can't either.
Yeah. And if you're blaming, by the way, if you're blaming the Chelsea manager for where Chelsea are and you're only blaming him, I have a tract of land in Arizona that has some waterfront to sell you because you're not watching Chelsea if you're just blaming them. But anyway, Chelsea are not winning tomorrow. We are going to beat them in the League Cup, by the way. We're going to put belt to ass, and I'll see you in the League Cup final. And anything can happen. Anything can happen in a League Cup final. Anything. I think we can win that trophy. I really do. I think we can win that trophy.
And I think what you're saying, AJ, I don't think we're missing the points specifically, right? If we won those, the league is already won. But yes, the opportunity to bottle it again is there because we know what happens in February and March, right? Right? Things happen.
Right now, this is so Dal, this is the thing. This is when the downfall usually happens. We all remember the New Year's Eve 2023 when we bottled it at Craven Cottage and we were wearing this kit. I remember when we scored in the first 5 minutes and then we bottled it, conceded 2 and lost 2-1 against Fulham on December 31st. We are not doing that. That's the difference, and I don't think we will. We're playing Liverpool, who can't beat fucking Leeds. We're playing who do we got next after Liverpool? We got FA Cup, but Portsmouth. Yeah, our young kids will smash them.
I think that, in fact, I think that's when we'll see Havertz come back as well, and I think that's probably when we'll see Eze.
Probably, yeah. So yeah, we got Liverpool. And then I'm looking for next in the league. Who do we have next in the league?
Liverpool Thursday.
Nottingham Forest away. Okay, and historically that's been a bogey ground for us, but we're going to beat a Sean Dyche-led Nottingham Forest team that's fighting relegation.
Shout out Yeti and them. Sean Dyche experiment is. They got pumped today by Villa 3-1. I think it was.
Yeah. No, we're Forest, dude. Anyway, if they get relegated, no offense to Yeti, but if they get relegated, I wouldn't be shocked. But that being said, like I think I think the bottom three that you see now, West Ham, Burnley, and Wolves, those are the three. Those are your three.
Wolves win 3-0.
Dude, that game, I don't know what I was watching. West Ham were garbage against the worst team in Premier League history. They blew it. They blew it. I couldn't believe it. I'm praying for Forest relegation. Hey.
He wants to give Yeti some shit, I'm sure.
Yeah, probably.
I don't even know if they talk anymore, but that's a different subject for a different day. No, but let's dive into Victor Gyökeres here. We got about 15, 20 minutes. I thought he was fucking shit today. I thought he was absolutely awful today. And to be honest, I am a Victor Gyökeres fan. I get it. But this is not rugby. This is not American NFL football. Knocking down people will not win us a league. Right? Running channels, calling for the ball, being in the right place at the right time, and him putting some balls in the back of the onion bag will win us the league. But I've got to say, we missed out on Ugo Ekitike.
Ekitike? Yeah.
Ekitike. Tomato. Yeah, you're right, TJ. Ekitike. No. Watching Ekitike or Ekitike, Tiki Taka.
Call him Hugo Ekitike.
Hugo, thank you, Ekitike. I just forgot how to pronounce it already. I was calling Hugo, but no. After watching his displays at Liverpool, I know some games doesn't score, blah blah blah, but his movement is far better than Gyökeres's. His eye for goal.
You could argue Sesko's movement is better too.
Oh, stop.
Stop.
Come on, stop.
Buddy, I'm sorry.
Don't bring the fucking Serbian Sanogo into this.
I'm sorry.
Come on now. No, it is not. We can debate that offline.
We can debate that another time.
Sesko is going to be at Wolves before he knows it. No, but for real, Ekitike is the guy we missed out on. I'm sorry.
I agree with you.
Phenomenal. The eye for goal is good. I don't need a bulky linebacker to knock down defensive mids and center backs trying to make room to run on a through ball that just isn't there. Right? Now, Victor Gyökeres in the box doing his thing. Okay, but he was fucking awful today. I'm sorry. He was the worst player on the pitch today for me. He was the worst.
I don't think that's debatable.
Would we be surprised if he goes out on loan? I mean, would we be surprised? Not in January, of course, but I don't think we sell him. Right? He's got a 4-year contract or something. He's not going in the summertime.
He's got another season to go.
He is making runs, AJ, and that's my point. He is making runs. He's not getting found, and that was my defense, AJ. TJ knows, Yeti knows, Gunner knows, Jez knows. That was Ola. Shout out Ola. I was on a show with him and Tony Khan about 3 weeks ago. And we were both defending Gyökeres, saying the service. But fuck, man, today AJ was just completely off the mark. I didn't see him looking around his shoulder today. I saw him running into defenders, putting his back against defenders, waiting for a ball to turn around the defender. What are you smoking, guys? Come on, Dad. Right. He's not getting loaned out, AJ. And I'm not smoking that. So anyway, I just thought today was kind of the culmination of bad performances. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, but it hasn't been great. I'm sorry. The 2 goals against Leeds, our second game of the season, was years ago now. Years ago. We're talking August 30th.
We're 20.
We scored a brace.
We're 20 games into the league, people.
I'm starting to see where the
what I was saying about him. Is that what you're saying? Are you saying that I was right?
No, I'm not at that point yet, my brother. But it's like it was glaring today. It was very glaring today. But I like the pressure, and I think that's part of our Arteta plan. Use Gyökeres just to pressure and be physical, wear out the center backs, wear down the CDM. I 2 Champions League goals. Thank you, Acers. Okay, four goals. And well, he's got, I think, 7 total. He's still kind of up there on the charts. He still pops in once in a while, but it's either good or bad. There's no like, wow, Gyökeres, that was great. What a goal. When have we said that? Maybe once? Twice? Certainly not 3 times. We have not said that 3 times. You're not right, with all due respect. And AJ is right.
I want to like you guys. Don't get me started on this. Today. Don't get me started on this. That's all I'm gonna say. You guys. You want to call down the thunder? I'll give it to you.
Incredible.
Yeah, because I love everybody in this chat. I'm going to say this, but if you are still rating Gyökeres, you guys need to get your fucking eyes checked. This guy is not good. He does, with all due respect, okay, like he does not fit into our Arteta system. You can say he's a good striker, okay, fine, but unless it's put on a platter for him, he's garbage. This guy cannot run channels without running into a defender. I couldn't believe what I was watching today. This guy literally, it looked like he was purposely running into defenders when the ball was right there. Like if you just run in behind, the ball will get to you. Right. Like I'm not hearing the service argument. I've stopped listening to the service argument 3 weeks ago because he is getting service. And when he does get service, he looks awful on the ball. He looks unathletic. He looks uncoordinated. Like you can go out there and say, okay, yeah, he's a finisher. Okay, great. He's a finisher. He's a poacher. He can go out there and put the ball in the back of the net. Fine. But if you're asking me if he's a footballer, I'm saying no. Like he's just not that good on the ball, man. And you look at how different we look. Like, look, how good did we look as soon as Bukayo, Jesus, and Trossard came on? Like, it was night and fucking day out there, guys.
Villa.
And that is, and you can argue, just real quick, you can argue that is a Arteta problem. You can argue that, and I will hear that argument because it is up to the manager to adapt to a point to his players. But now it's looking like the rumors that we were reading over the summer were true, is that Arteta really didn't want Gyökeres because he didn't fit the system. And if the manager is not willing to meet in the middle, like we're not going to go anywhere, and he's going to be sold next summer. I'm not saying this summer. I'm saying he's going to be here next season, and then he's gone next summer, because what you're going to watch. And I want to be wrong about this, guys. I want to be wrong about this, by the way. And you guys can say I'm a fraud. You can do all this. You can say all that. You can disagree. That's fine. But when Kai Havertz comes back into this team and looks better than Gyökeres, that's going to be a huge problem, and it's going to be a huge indictment on Gyökeres. It's not going to be an indictment on Arteta, especially if he keeps winning. Like, and look, I've said this before and I'll say it again. I am not Arteta in. I am Arteta win me something, okay? But this guy just is not good enough. He is not the pace. He looks off the pace. He looks uncomfortable. He looks like whenever there's a defender around him, he just completely freaks out. Like and miss me with the Leeds defense. Leeds have a bunch of NPCs on the back line. They are likely going to get relegated. They've been in a relegation scrap the entire season. So let's stop. Whenever the competition is hard, Gyökeres does not show up. Period. And this is mid-table to lower table competition today, and he looked lost.
He did not look good today. He was the worst person.
He was the worst on the pitch. And AJ, 97 goals. Did you watch any of those games? Because I didn't. I watched one game. It was against Man City. Like so you can go and he scored a hat trick. So you can go out there and say, okay, he scored all those goals. Great. Right. But what kind of profile is he playing against? He's playing in the Portuguese league, which is not a highly rated league amongst the European leagues. Let's just be real with it. They haven't won a Champions League since Jose was out there. Okay. They have not consistently competed in Europe. Okay. So all I'm saying is that this guy is showing that he is not the levels of the Premier League. That's all I'm saying. I want to be wrong, by the way. I got his kit. Okay. I wanted him to be good. I looked at all those goals and I said, you know what? He's going to be the guy to get us over the top. So far, he has not been.
Right. And second high score, I get that. And I understand the 97 goals in 102 games. And my argument has been on that side as well, AJ. But my argument has also been that if the Sporting Lisbon midfield can figure it out, why can't ours? But then you've got to kind of think about that for a minute, and I kind of retract that a bit, saying, well, Sporting Lisbon's style of play and tactics are completely different than what Arteta's doing. We use wing play and we try to get the ball fed in the box for a header, or we use Saka to bring it, on the 18-yard box and hook it far post with his left foot. Or we use Trossard to use his technical ability to take some nice loop shots over the goal around in and out of the 18-yard box. Or Declan Rice to be in the right place at the right time to get the ball in the back of the net. Other than that, it's not conducive to playing a striker-centric football.
Yep.
And are we going to get there? Maybe. But that's up to Arteta. That's really up to Arteta, right? So I think it just need to find some balance. I think you would agree too, AJ, that we just need to find the balance for that and find what works, right? If it's not working with Saka, we go to Gyökeres. If it's not working with Trossard, we should go to Gyökeres. If it's not working for Rice, do we have Zubimendi just play some flat, straight balls at the channels to Gyökeres? I mean, I think those options are there, but none of that's really happened. None of that's come to fruition. And some of the goals, it's great that he's the second goal scorer in the league, right? I mean, in this squad, that's fantastic. But it's not but I don't think it's been that definitive, right? It's still taken many games in all comps for him to get there. And at the end of the day, you want more from your striker. I think we all want more from him, but Arteta ain't going to change the system, bro. He's not going to make it striker centric overnight. Like, he's not going to play all that. All those goals are great, but I don't care for you.
No, Hugo's right on here. He's right on.
Yeah, I mean, I just think there's times where Gyökeres just isn't in the right spot. And I have defended this guy. But no, numbers don't lie.
Okay, yeah, numbers don't lie. But here's the way. Like, you can't compare this guy to like Di Maria and Falcao. Like, let's stop doing this. Like, yeah, has the Portuguese league had good products? Yes, but on the whole, the league, when it stacks up against the rest of the European leagues, is what, 7th or 8th? Let's be real here. I rate Victor Gyökeres. I want him to be good, and I agree with Seymour Butts to a point. Big up the doctor. I need to make an appointment, by the way. If you're looking at how he fits in the type of striker that he is, does he fit into the system? Does he fit into a false nine system? No, because he can't link up play to save his life. I don't remember the last time this guy made a pass. I really don't. Like, he just doesn't fit the system. And if Arteta isn't gonna play an attacking or a poaching type striker for a 9 role, then it's done. It's just not gonna happen. It's just not gonna work. Like, it's just not gonna work. I'm sorry.
Right. Well, TJ has a pretty good recant to that. 47 championship goals in 61 games. Right. We know the goals are there. Right. We know that, but it's just the prep, the prep. How do I say this? The prep to get that service to the goal is just not happening. The preparation that he's doing is just not happening. The goals against Leeds were nice dink. I think 2 headers, but he missed 2 solid headers against Villa, which I thought, hey, those could have gone in.
I just don't care what he did at Coventry City 3 years ago. Like, I just don't care. I don't care. What was it, 4 or 5 years ago or whatever, man? Like, look, and at the end of the day, like, I brought him in and he looked like a polished striker. He's not a polished striker.
And the same thing, TJ and AJ. I think what you're saying there, AJ, is even more of an indictment against him, because you're talking about something like TJ said was like 4 or 5 years ago. Well, why can't we do that now? Right?
Yeah, shouldn't theoretically he should be doing better. Like,
better, right? That's my point.
Yeah, no, this is Hugo, and big up Hendo.
Numbers and so forth. Hey, happy Hendo,
big up
my
Hendo,
guy.
buddy. Happy New Year. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna read this. I'm gonna read this out because Hugo just killed it again. I'm gonna read it out again. All those goals are great, but I only care about how many for Arsenal at the end of the day. If he was a lethal striker, he'd have more goals or more goals, service or no service. Spot on. There have been several times where he has had the ball. Like, oh God, who was it against? I think it was it was against Forest earlier in the season when he had that one-on-one. We ended up beating him 3-1. I remember, because I think he ended up scoring in that game when Eze gave it on a plate to him. But he had that one-on-one with the goal, and he completely freaked out and skied it over the net. Like, a polished striker, a guy that knows what he's doing on the ball, does not do that. He does not do that. I don't care what league you've been in. I don't like if you've been in the Champions League and you've shown you can score a hat trick in the Champions League. You're showing that you do not have a cool head and you can't deliver as a 9.
Right.
Like and at the end of the day, I'm going to say, I feel like I have to say this over and over again because I'm getting heat from the chat. I want to be wrong. I want to be wrong. Prove me wrong. I want to be wrong about Arteta. I want to be wrong about Kai Havertz. I want to be wrong about Gyökeres. But I'm not wrong about Gyökeres. I'm not. And if you guys are like the Gyökeres Defense League, like I get it. I understand. Like we all wanted him because Arteta didn't want him. Like I get that. But at the end of the day, you got to look at who's performing and who's not. Gabriel Jesus has come into this team and looked 10 times better. And we're talking about AARP knees here. This guy has recycled knees.
Yeah. Hendo says Gyökeres has had a good game. I'm sorry, bro. I see the content for it, but I did not see it today. I guess I'll have to go back and look at that second goal. Maybe there's a little more setup there I missed. His strength is great, and that's what we talked about. He's great. He looks like a great rugby player. He could probably be a linebacker in the NFL here in America.
Can I be honest with you?
Sign him up for the Denver Broncos or the LA Rams or the Seattle Seahawks. But I thought today, I'm sorry, Endo, I thought he was the worst player on the pitch today.
Can I be honest with you? I'm going to say something.
Sure.
If Kai Havertz moved like he did today, moved like Gyökeres did today, and he contributed to the goal that we would be fucking trashing him. So let's not do this. Let's hold the same smoke for everybody.
But like Hendo said, says he could have been second goal. I would have to go back and see that, right? Because I mean, I'm watching the game. I'm kind of like in it. I'm missing certain parts. But the pressing. We agree, Hendo. The pressing's been good, and that's very true. And that happened against Villa as well. And it happened with Sunderland. Well, Sunderland, I don't think he played.
Hendo, was Bournemouth not coming at us in the first half? They were. It was very fluid in the first half. They were coming at us. They didn't just all of a sudden start coming at us when Gyökeres.
They came out to play today. They definitely came out to play today. So big up to them at least to come out and play. And yeah, I agree with what you said very early in the show.
Gyökeres is missing sitters too. AJ, he's missing sitters too.
They're all missing sitters.
They're all missing sitters.
Yeah, but
our wingers are scoring.
Gabriel Jesus made a real name for it, a real call to duty, so to speak, with that goal against Villa. And that's the thing. Does Gyökeres have that composure to have the ball in front of him and loop it around? I think he does, but why isn't that sort of happening? Right? Gyökeres might be exactly, Hugo. But there's a comment back there I want to go back to. I think Dr. Seymour put it in about Wenger, or somebody put something about Wenger playing Eze and Gyökeres. I said this before. I don't know if it was on your show or Tony's, but and I know Hendo is in the chat because you really agree with me on this point. That we under Wenger, saying George Graham, go back a little bit, we were striker centric. Ian Wright, Robin van Persie, obviously Henry, Bergkamp, Giroud,
Aubameyang,
Adebayor. We were striker-centric, right? And that got us to win things, right? And that's the Arsenal, to be honest, guys, and everyone here in the chat, I love you all. That's the Arsenal I want to go back to. I want to go back to striker-centric football. I said that on our show. We'll go back to striker-centric football. And that's another grievance I have with this manager, besides going defensively, when we don't need to, et cetera, that we talked about earlier with AJ. That we need to go back to being striker-centric. And I know Hendo was in that chat because I remember you agreeing with that. That if and we can unleash Gyökeres at times, but I still agree with what TJ was saying. There's some fumbling of the ball. There's a lack of control with the ball. There's a lack of calmness with the ball. There's a little too much rough and tough running around that needs to secede a bit, right? And today, for me, Hendo, I'm sorry, it was on display today that he was more worried about being physical than getting the ball in the channels, controlling the ball, being succinct with the ball, and scoring a goal like Gabriel Jesus did against Villa the other day, having the ball in front, using the defender as a shield, and looping it around the center back and the goalie. I have yet to see Gyökeres score a goal like that with some composure, right?
Yeah.
And that's what I think we all want to see. I think I can say that as our friends here on this in this community. We want to see Gyökeres succeed, but what I don't want to see is this constant physicality that ends up being like nothing. But I do agree that
results in absolutely nothing. I agree.
Pressing does help keeping the center backs on their back foot. The pressing is great by Gyökeres. The physicality is great at times, but I think it's overused at times by this manager. It's overused by Gyökeres. I want finesse, La Finura, right? I want the finesse, the La Finura.
I'm going to be,
kind of shown, right, as coming back. Again, I don't want him gone. I don't want him isolated to the bench, which I think is going to happen when Kai Havertz comes back. I just don't think, like Dr. Seymour is there. He's just not technically gifted.
Yep.
And I thought Zubamendi actually had a good game. I thought Odegaard was good.
I think Hendo, respectfully, you are very wrong here. Very wrong.
I thought Zubamendi was fine. He brushed off.
I thought Zubamendi was great. That Odegaard, the Odegaard assist, and big up Hendo, you're my guy. But that Odegaard assist on Rice's first goal was fucking fantastic. Like the way that he ghosted and found Rice crashing in like that into the offensive play. That was fantastic. Like Odegaard has been very good the last 3 games. Like you can argue that he hasn't been showing up and the rest of the season. Like I get that. Like I hear that argument and I agree with it to a point. But Odegaard was great today. Odegaard was good. Martinelli, I can agree, was poor. But Zubamendi arguably was our second best midfielder today. Arguably. He was just as good as Odegaard was. Like and look, like at the end of the day, we're gonna have differences in how we see and how we can approach it. But 2 of our goals came from the midfield today. 2 of them. So what is that telling you about our front line? What is that telling you about how we play? We generate our offense through the wings and through link up play through the 9. Gyökeres is just not going to fit into that. And if you want to blow up how Arteta has built this team that has only lost 2 games all season and say, okay, like we want to become a striker centric team, then you have to change the way that these players have been playing fundamentally. And right. To say that Gyökeres has not gotten service, it's just not true. It's just not true.
Our man Anthony Herbert, big up Anthony. Hope you're well, buddy. Happy
Where's Anthony? Is he here? Where is he?
Good point up there. He's about 4 or 5.
Oh, there he is. There he is. Yeah. Big up my guy.
We are not going to change our style of play to suit one player. That's 100% right. Right. So it's up to Gyökeres to adapt. And
he needs to adapt.
And like AJ said, second highest score in the squad. Fantastic. 97 goals, 102 games. Fantastic.
How many of those goals have come from open play?
That's debatable. That's a whole nother show. We could do a Victor Gyökeres YouTube.
Dude, we could do it. You know what we should do? American idiots on Friday. Let's see what happens against Liverpool, people. Let's see what happens. And if we need to have a trial of Victor Gyökeres, you lawyers that are there in the chat, I will send you the link. We can fucking do
studying law, I've heard.
We can do, yeah. And you know what? We'll have Judge Gooney. I heard he was getting a gavel. We'll have Judge Gooney. You got to get the gavel. We'll have Judge, and you know what? I'm going to be the prosecutor because this guy has been brutal. So we'll have Hendo on the defense team. We'll have Seymour Butts on the defense team. AJ on the defense team.
What game were you watching? I thought Zuby was okay. Hey, we watched the game differently, Hendo. But I just don't think that game was slow applied. Was it slow?
I just completely look. Big up my guy Lee. Big up my guy Lee. Okay, but if Lee says one thing, a lot of people just go, "I agree." No, and he just doesn't like Zubamendi. Like he doesn't like him. So it's easy to say that there's a lot of bias there. A big up Lee. I like Lee, but come on. I was in his chat and we were all saying it's just like, okay, well, I was at a political rally and I really liked Barack Obama and everybody all around me liked Barack Obama too. Take that for what you will.
Yeah. I was waiting for Zubamendi to be poor and I just didn't really. I didn't. Again,
he wasn't poor.
I know. I saw him, getting attacked from behind and brushing off the guys and kept running.
I think he's good, man. I think he's great. I think he's a great player. I think he's better than Thomas Partey.
Oh, shit.
I think he's better.
Wow.
Everybody's gonna disagree, dude. I'm losing subs today. People have unliked the video. Oh my god, bro.
Right.
Oh.
I watched that game from the second to the beginning, the second to the end. Yeah, and people say he was poor, but at the same time, I kind of like, what is the? Let me ask you guys in the chat, and make it kind of brief. I don't need a novel. I just want brief and bullet points on what exactly Zubimendi has to do to get some sort of credit. Like, what do you want him to do?
And what did he do wrong? I'm saying
physicality is not there. But today I saw him brush off players. The match
No, and if you're okay, so Hendo, I'm gonna be honest. If you're talking about the speed, you know who dictates the speed in our team? It's Odegaard. Odegaard dictates the speed of play, not Zubimendi. Honestly, I want to know. I would love to know.
Chief counsel for
Yeah, no, I would love to know. I think he's as good. Again, you could also argue that they're a different profile of player, but I want to just put this point home. I want to know what he did wrong today. What did he do wrong? Tell me what Zubimendi did wrong.
Timber misplaced a couple passes as well.
You could argue Timber had a lane, like he had I think it was in like the 80th minute, 75th, 80th minute. He had a lane right to the goal, and he held up the play and passed it backwards. I'm like, this is what kind of frustrates me about Arteta sometimes, is because there's no risk taking whatsoever. There's no you're possession based here.
Well, here, Hendo, I see your point. You forgot he was playing, but how was he anonymous? Like, I get that. Like, the only real player that stuck out for me was Rice, Gabriel, Saliba. I mean, I thought Hincapié was decent. Of course, Timber was decent, but I don't think if Zubimendi is being anonymous, then is he doing what is wrong about that? Because we've seen games where Rice has been anonymous. We've seen games where Jesus has been anonymous.
Yeah.
Shit, Hendo, we've seen games where Saka's been anonymous.
Okay,
and I know Saka been anonymous. So I just think that when I see Zubimendi running with the ball in midfield a bit, and an attacking midfielder's on his back trying to pull him back, and he's able to brush that off and keep moving. That has been I thought the main criticism was the physicality, that he would get knocked off the ball. I didn't really see him get knocked off the ball today. That's my whole point. Yeah, did he misplace a pass or two? Yes, that's going to happen. I think all players are going to misplace.
Even that isn't true, though. Even that isn't true. So let's go ahead. Let's
look at his passing stats.
I'm looking at his passing stats. He's 90%. 90% passes completed, 70 out of 78. Passes in the opposition half, he completed 37 out of 41. Passes in own half, 33 out of 37. If that's not I don't know. If that's not good enough, I don't know what is, to be honest. I think he was good. I think he was good. Was he great? No. Was he good? Yes. He didn't make any mistakes. You could go out there and say, you know who I think had a worse game than him? Saliba. You know who I think had a worse game than him? Hincapié. You know who I think arguably had a worse game than him? Timber. I think people get
Gabriel had a worse game.
No, not Gabriel. Gabriel had a Gabriel.
Well, the redemption.
On the defensive side of the redemption song for sure. No, but no, and look, I would love to have a debate about this, because I think it would be fantastic. But if you guys are looking at Zubimendi, to put him on a cross in this game, I just don't agree. I just don't agree. And look, guys, Zubi better than Partey's at gal level lie. No, okay. We can have that. Seymour Butts, I would love to have that debate with you. I will send you the link. I have your cell phone number. I will send you the link, because guys, there were games where Partey would put in stinkers too. You guys are talking about Partey like he was he was the African. Well, I guess Vieira was Patrick Vieira was African too. But you're talking about him like he was Patrick Vieira. He's not. He wasn't. He wasn't good.
Nobody will be.
Nobody will be. But no, but
talking
you
about
get what I'm saying though. Like, let's not put Thomas Partey on a platter or on a pedestal here. We won jack shit with him. So if that's the standard, like, come on.
Nothing but Partey. And
Yeah.
we have yet to see. And Zuma
No
Mendy has
Partey,
been
no
over 30
Partey,
games.
no Partey.
Well,
And the last time I checked, in this chat and on this channel, we do not include charity shields. We didn't win jack shit when Thomas Partey was in this team.
Right, exactly. Partey, I bet, is too soon to say Zuma Mendy is better. Yeah, right. I think what TJ
also true, but we got to give Zuma Mendy at least a season.
Call it TJ. Oh God. Oh God.
Dude, Egal actually, I felt bad. Egal actually asked me to go on his show, and I had to say no because I had to work. But yeah, it's funny.
Well, you need to make that happen because that'll be prime YouTube Arsenal community.
Yeah, I won't racially insult him either. So
touché.
That's another conversation.
Right.
Anyway.
Touché. Yeah, no, I think where the Thomas Partey love comes from at least my point of view, is that we finally had someone who was similar to Vieira with some steel in the midfield, right? Some actual steel physicality in the midfield, right? You don't want me to go. And so before that, right, we were dealing with Danielson, and put some other names in there for me, AJ, if you can. Right, we were dealing with Danielson. What did we win? Granit Xhaka, one great season out of 6-7 years, right? How much did we slam Granit Xhaka, right? And how much could we use him now, right?
Granit Xhaka, and look, I'm not doing a
right. No, like, but Coughlin, right? Coughlin. I mean, come on. I know you're not rating them, but you're just putting names in there, right? Mikel Arteta, right? I mean, that's the point. We were hyped at Partey because we saw a winner come from Atletico Madrid, who was very consistent at Atletico. Was one of the first men on their team sheet for Simeone, etc., and saw him make some great movement and plays for Atletico for those who are watching them. Zuma Mendy is better than Xhaka. Thank you, AJ. So I was happy for Partey because I was like, finally, we have some fucking steel in there. Someone with some fucking balls, man, to actually knock some of these center mids on their ass, knock the striker down before he gets a chance to turn on the ball. And Thomas Partey can place a pass. He's got an eye for goal outside the box, right? But my man TJ's got it right. We won fuck all with him.
Yep.
The end of the day.
And I thought that was what it was all about, right? Winning trophies. How many trophies did we win with
right.
him? Oh,
right.
0? So, cool. Thanks.
So right. And I get but I think where Hendo's coming from saying it's sacrilege is that Zuma Mendy, and I know this because he said in the chat, I've said in the chat, you've said it too. We've all said this. Zuma Mendy does not have the physicality that Partey had. And we miss that at times. But I thought on a game by game, but I'm thinking now on a game by game basis, even today, even if some of those passes were sideways, when you're up 3-1, you got to play it safe to some point, right? That Zuma Mendy was not bad today.
Yeah.
Right. The only great player out of both sides today was Declan Rice. The only one that did anything great.
How are we not talking about Declan Rice more now? Let's get back on to Declan Rice. What a player!
We covered that pretty well in the beginning. Said he's the best midfielder in Europe, but that was now he's top 5, which fair enough. He's number 1 for me in the Prem, top 5 in Europe. We don't need to rehash that debate, right? But Zuma Mendy should work out. You're right. He should work out. He should hit the weight room. He should eat a cheeseburger and a chocolate shake once in a while. But he's going to work out normally. That suits him.
You guys are talking about him like he's Bobby. You guys are talking about him like he's Bobby.
It proves that he was definitely contributing today to something. He was doing a job today. And if we want to say numbers don't lie like we did for Gyökeres, we can say numbers don't lie like they did for Zuma Mendy today. Right? And with that, the player of the season.
Facts. And with that, I gotta go. We're already over. Big up, everybody, guys. I'm telling you,
thank you guys.
I'm telling you guys. First of all, thank you very much for being here and arguing with me. I probably lost like 10 subs, but you know what? It is what it is. If I didn't come on here and speak my mind and talk about what I see and like what the actual stats show, so not only the eye test, but what the actual heat maps and what the stats say, like I wouldn't be I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be able to be like, I need to be my authentic self here. So we're not gonna agree on everything. I'm not going to agree with Hendo on everything. I'm not going to agree with Dal on everything. I'm not going to agree with Lee Gunner on everything. I'm not going to agree with Dr. Seymour Butts, the AFC proctologist. I'm not going to agree with him either.
Right.
So I'm not going to agree. But we are here to debate football. At the end of the day, we are all Arsenal fans, and I love you guys. So thank you all very much for your support.
Each and every one of you. Hope you have a great 2026.
Yeah, absolutely. Sure. And we will be live as much as we can, as much as life will allow. Right. Me and Dal have had a busy / difficult into the year, and things are on the mend, baby. So we'll be back a little bit more. But guys, let me know who's live. I am going to redirect. Thank you guys very, very much. Thanks everybody for being here. I might hop on Sarcasm City tonight. I know it's Flawless's birthday. Happy birthday, Flawless.
Yeah, send the link, bro. I'd love to hop on. Hopefully that's an open link.
Yeah, so if you guys, if we're on there and we're doing a little bit of a party for him, we'll definitely do it. No,
Dr. Seymour Butts, reach out. I know you've got Dr. Seymour Butts has a YouTube channel. You guys go check out Dr. Seymour Butts. Please put the name of the YouTube channel. It slips my mind, Seymour, but put your YouTube channel in there. It's good fireside chat talk, something of that ilk. If you guys got some, if you guys and Don C, put your link into that as well, or if you guys can. Let's go. Barcelona. Omar B is live. Omar's a legend. I love Omar.
Yeah, big up Omar. You know what? We'll redirect. We'll redirect over to Omar. If I don't redirect,
Happy New Year to all you guys. Hope we have a great 2026. Thank you for debating us. Thank you for bringing up earlier in the show midfield names that kind of slipped my head, AJ, like Vitinha and so forth. You know, yes, I rate those players highly as well. And I think we all want the same thing. We all want to lift the trophies in May. That's the thing. I want the FA Cup. I want the Carabao Cup. I want the Prem. And I want the one with the big ears, baby. I want the CL trophy, and I want it in our fucking cabinet this season. And if we don't get it, I will blame this manager first.
Yeah, because I want to be clear about this. That I have not changed my opinion there. Like whether or not I could say that he's had a good season. Like he's done very well so far, but if he doesn't win me anything at the end of the day, it doesn't mean shit.
All for Nash.
And we've all seen the all for nothing. So we all watched that. But
I want to see the armpits as well.
Where's Omar? Yeah, Omar Talks Football. There he is. Omar Talks Football. He's live. We're gonna go over there and say TJ Warren TV Raid. Go over there and say hi to our guy Omar. Until next time, come on, you Gunners. 3-2 over AFC Bournemouth. We'll be back. We'll be back Thursday. We'll be back Friday. See you guys later.
Yeah, big up TKA.
Big up TKA as well. See ya.